With just over a year to go before it opens, the BBC Media City has been the centre of much suspicion and controversy. Why was it put here? And who is going to work in it? Salford Quays has been labelled the Dubai of the North. Incredibly expensive glass buildings perched on a desert of crumbling wasteland. Constructed on what were the docks of the Manchester Ship Canal, the new BBC building has an unparalleled view of the miserable cranes and oil tanks on the opposite wharf. This is perhaps a far cry from the artist's impression, which is all many of us have seen. A perpetual summer where creative young office workers are able to wander freely on spotless paving amongst the glass buildings. They might be able to moor their yachts at the quayside or even go in for a spot of rowing. Typically, the BBC offices are all but finished. The studios and the rest of the Media City project are clearly some way behind. I have with me the chief architect of the project, Mr. Norman Foster-Nectar. Norman, why was the Media City sited here?
Well, the BBC executives wanted me, personally, to find a good damp situation, and we found it right here in Salford, where the buildings could sink gradually over the years, just like Television Centre did all those years ago in London. The corporation insisted on this concept because they felt it important that their staff should experience that same sinking feeling on entry to the building that they had already had when they entered any of the London premises. Now look at Hofnau's White City building, for instance. What a gloriously miserable project that was. We looked all over the north for a decent site, and now I think we've definitely found it here. This new complex has been calculated to sink into the Salford mud by 5.2 centimetres each year. Marvellous.
Much effort has been put into creating a familiar environment to encourage BBC staff to make the break from London. The AmberChannel has made a new discovery just across the water. Using special aerial surveillance equipment, they have uncovered a new shopping complex built by Land Securities. A comforting sight, perhaps? And only 200 yards away, the authorities have been renaming streets in a desperate attempt to attract older broadcasters here. Close to Media City is the Lowry Outlet Mall, named after the celebrated northern artist who captured the mood of this grim place over 80 years ago. Hordes of gloomy, hunched figures making their way to work. Prophetically, Lowry has captured the shape of some of the Media City buildings in this last picture of his. Did he know something of what was to descend on Salford? Top BBC executives and prospective staff have been introduced to the new premises with familiarisation days, where the chosen participants are wined and dined and possibly indoctrinated to come and work here. Bunches of impressionable BBC staff from London are to be seen in noisy clusters around the complex. Inside the outlet mall, a rather cheerless and empty Christmas display fails to impress.
Oh, there's hardly any kids live round here. And anyway, if there were, they wouldn't be allowed to enter my grotto and sit on my knee. But what you do get are loads of drunken BBC wallers from the south. You know, you see bunches of them in shops and restaurants spending loads of money and shouting things like, "Hurrah for Salford" and relocation, darling." It's a disgrace to the area, I can tell you.
Around 1,400 BBC jobs currently based in London and 800 staff based at the corporation's existing Manchester offices will be moving to the Media City development by 2011. There are said to be generous resettlement allowances on offer. The BBC's move to its North of England broadcasting and production base in Salford could end up costing nearly £900 million, according to documents leaked to the AmberChannel and the Guardian newspaper. Incredibly, all stemming from the original design drawn on a bar mat. This is Orla Harding Failure, reporting for the AmberChannel, Salford.
Excuse me.
What?
You're not supposed to be filming here.
And why not? There are a lot of people out here who want to know the truth. It's not fair to the public.